Good morning, guys. Happy blessed Tuesday. Thank you for joining me in Poetry Corner and welcome. And now we're going to listen to Charlotte and Edward's love story, The Day I Met Him. And this is chapter 12, Winter at Harcourt Hall. The first frost of winter came early this year. It arrived overnight, as quietly as a whispered promise. And by the morning the world glittered beneath a pale and fragile light. The fields beyond Harcourt Hall lay silvered and still, the garden path edged with white lace, and the air itself seemed to be made of glass. Mother said it would be a long winter, and I believed her, not for the cold alone, but for the silence that had settled upon our days. Months had passed since Edward's departure. No letters came now. At first I watched the post each morning with the same ache of quiet hope that had once sustained me. And gradually I ceased. Hope, I found, can live even without expectation. It changes its shape, it becomes quieter, gentler, like a candle that burns low, but it does not die. My days found rhythm in simplicity. I rose with the pale dawn, read prayers by the fire, helped with the house chores, and visited those in need, when the roads allowed it. Life, though small, felt sacred. Its steadiness, each act a little offering to God, each moment a thread in the tapestry of patience. Sometimes I walked the grounds at dusk. I thought of him, not as he was in our first meeting, bright, uncertain, half veiled by charm, but as he had been the last afternoon by the fire, his expression shadowed by care, his voice trembling between affection and duty. There were moments too when I allowed myself to imagine a different life, one where his burdens were lifted and mine were less, constrained by propriety and distance. Yet even such dreams I held lightly, for I had come to see that love, when real, needs not insist upon its own fulfilment. One evening, as snow began to fall, the kind that muffles the sound and makes even sorrow seem softer, I found myself alone in the chapel. The fire had burned low, and the small cross upon the altar caught what little light remained. No grand revelation came, only peace, the quiet assurance that even in the waiting I was not forgotten. God's silence, as I was learning, was not absence but preparation. When I rose, the snow had thickened outside, soft against the tall windows. I stood for a moment watching it fall. Then behind me the door creaked open. I turned, and for an instant my mind refused belief. He stood there, snow upon his coat, his hair damp from the storm, his eyes fixed on me as searching to be certain that I was real. Edward! The name escaped me before I could restrain it. He stepped forward, his breath visible in the cold air. Forgive me, I could not wait for daylight. There was a weariness in his voice, yes, but also a light I had never seen, as if some long struggle had reached its end. I thought you were still in London. I managed. I heard nothing. I was, until last week. He drew a slow breath. The matter that bound me is resolved. The debt is cleared, the arrangement dissolved. I am, his voice caught on the word free. I am free. For a moment the world seemed to stop. The fire crackled softly, the snow fell soundlessly beyond the glass, and then fatally he smiled, not the polished smile of society, but something humbler and deeper. I came here first, he said, to the only place I ever felt truly seen. Tears rose unbidden, not of grief this time, but of gratitude too great to contain. Edward, I whispered, you came back. He stepped close. He stepped closer, and although he did not yet touch me, the space between us seemed to vanish. "I've come home," he said simply. And there you go, guys. That's chapter 12. Edward's returned. All his burdens and arrangements have disappeared and dissolved. So it looks like they're free to start a romance. So we'll see. It's chapter 13 next, guys, tomorrow morning. The fire rekindled Wednesday morning, guys. So there you go. Let's see how Sean and Edward get on now. Looks like a big burden's been lifted from their lives, and I hope it's going to be a joyous reunion. So there we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Take care now. Have a blessed day. And we're going to go to Topsy Tickletown tonight. Yes, Topsy Tickletown tonight, guys, and it's chapter 59. The day the paintings escape their frames. It's hot, it's Hanukkah, and a dash of misplaced moustaches. So we'll see that's all about tonight. So we've got off to Topsy Tickletown tonight, guys. And then we're going to go back to Edward and Charlotte's love story Wednesday morning, where things are looking much more rosier and brighter. So let's see what happens to them tomorrow morning. There you go, guys. Take care now. God bless you all. Have a lovely Tuesday. And join me again this evening in Poetry Corner for Topsy Tickletown. And until then, have a very lovely day. Stay safe, stay blessed, and take care. Bye-bye.